All right, we're back at it. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. Kind of touched base on the last video. We left the dyno, had the phone call with Don and April. We were all kind of happy about it. We knew we could do better, but main thing, get this thing to the track, start putting some times down. And April decided to call me yesterday and say, hey, Don's building another set of injectors, get back on Levon's schedule. I said, okay, but in the meantime, until we get those injectors, we are going to get this thing race ready the rest of the way. I do plan on testing this weekend, and any other test I can get. It's Monday. We're waiting on parts for some customer vehicles, so I figured now's the time. Like, let's lock in, get some things done that we have to get done on this, because we're down to like 40 days before this race. When it comes to the 72 fast class, it's not technically like a ODSS class. Like, this is an added on program to their race schedule. So majority of the times we do follow NHRA rules, because a lot of the tracks that we do race at, they are NHRA tracks. So they want us to follow their safety rules, yada, yada, yada. So when it comes to adding ballast to this thing, technically the overall maximum ballast allowed in any NHRA class is 500 pounds. 100 pounds of that can be removable, leading the remaining 400 pounds, it has to be secured straight to the vehicle, which means for every 50 to 100 pounds, you have to have a 1/2-inch bolt with a nut welded together to make it to where that's not going to come off going mock Jesus down the track and through somebody's window, under your tire. So like, placement is kind of like, we can't just go throw weight into the truck. Hey, we made weight. Like, this ain't a tug truck. Like, these trucks are moving, they're moving fast, they're heavy. So if we have some big object like 100-pound weight come flying at us down the track, that could be a real bad day for us. So I know we're not technically racing NHRA, but we will be racing an NHRA sanctioned track, to where we still have to follow their safety rules and guidelines per our vehicles. So I'm trying not to cut any corners. Like, I want everything that we do here by the book, because I don't want to get there and, hey, you can't run because of this. Like, I'm crossing all my T's and dotting my I's. Like, we are gonna do whatever we have to do to make this work. So let's get started, get some weight added to this thing, and let's go racing. So here's where we're at without me in it, no ballast added. Let's go ahead and get in the truck and see where we, how much we really do need to add. I do want to make sure we close the door. We'll give it a minute to settle down since I'm in here. So we are 58.89. We need 6,000 absolute minimum. But now you can see how much the numbers changed since I'm in here. So looks like we need to go to the right rear, try to get these two numbers closer here, and I think it'll be all right. Okay, so now you see where we need to add the weight. And if you go back to NHRA rules, like I said, you can't just throw weight in the vehicle. Like, you can't have metal weights in there. You can't throw gravel in there, rocks, anything like that. So what we decided on the best bang for the buck, really, because unfortunately we know a lot of people in the dirt track world, like modifieds and whatnot. So those guys all have lead weight ballast, and they were kind enough to let us borrow it for this event. And here's what we got. We have just a bunch of random size lead weight. Some of them made out of like Chevy 350 valve covers, some just regular blocks, some small blocks. Like obviously you can see like he put it left rear frame skirt, like he bolted that to his frame and is modified. So unfortunately, I would really like to go on top of the axle right here, but I'm afraid of ride height and when the suspension does compress in the rear, because I don't want to just have two sticking up. So NHRA, you can't have the weight higher than your rear tires. Technically this is lower than the rear tires, but if I go top bottom, I don't think we'll have enough clearance, and I don't want to bottom out on the weight and break the bolt, hurt the weight, ruin anything else. So I think what we're going to do, since I have the rear seats out of this, we can't have the nitrous in here, so that's already out. But the hole that I have down in the seat bucket, we can reuse this hole where normally my nitrous line comes through. So we can just see which one of these weights will work best and kind of get us to where we need to be and bolt it right inside that tunnel. So also here's the passenger side battery that we mounted up. Like I said, did the same process, everything as we did for the driver's side. The only thing different that we did was that modern racing kill switch. So we just mounted that right there. And then our signal wire runs back to there. I like this method a lot better because it's just these two wires now. So then you don't have to run all these big gauge wire clear back to the battery shut off and the truck doesn't want to start. So this way it actually starts now. It actually kills the truck now. Just gotta hope they come out with a better button, but I mean, not bad. So back to where we're at. We have our nitrous line that normally runs right through here. So I'm gonna mark the bottom of that weight and we're just gonna pull the weight out, we'll drill through it enough to where our rod sits, and then once we get it back together, we'll drop the rod back down through, put the nut on it, we'll weld the bottom of the nut. Same with the top. We are gonna have to weld both sides of it so that it is technically stationary to the vehicle, but I think we might be able to get away with it because technically you're allowed to have 100 pounds of removable ballast, so we might not have to weld it, but I will check in on those rules. So let's see, pull this carpet back a little bit and let's throw one of these big ones in here. I'd say this is a good 40-50 pounds right here. What'd that do for our weight? So now we're at 57.49, just adding that one weight back here. 57.50. We'll go 49. I want to stay on the lighter side of things in case their scales are wrong. If we can get this to fit in there, because this thing is a mother MF and tank. Yeah. Sits flat. Yeah. It's 5793 now with Big Bertha right there. Put this one on top of it. $58.40. So obviously, like, those two pieces were the bigger pieces that I do have. It got us to that weight. So I think if we just rock those two weights right now, I have the smaller weights that we can take with us to the event. If we do need to pull a little bit more weight, change it around, I'll just go ahead and pre-drill all the weight here so we can just change it real quick. But I'm happy with that. One thing we do have to check though is how much fuel is in that fuel cell, because that's also weight. Looks like we're about a half tank. All right, we got our Hot Shots Adrenaline R100 race fuel. This is what we run in this thing, I'd say 90% of the time. If we're out street driving, you know, we'll just stop, get some regular pump diesel. But our boys over at Hot Shots, they take care of us when it comes to any of our vehicles. Everything fluid-wise in this truck is Hot Shots. Like, hands down, the best company to work with ever. Kyle's awesome. Like, the whole crew is awesome. They're so friendly. Like, you just got to jump on board. That's all there is to it. Every customer truck that leaves here after full service, Hot Shots fuel additive, trans fluid, gear oil, like everything that comes out of the shop is Hot Shots. But let's go ahead and get this pumped in. So this is after we top the fuel back off without me in it. 58.83. So that fuel was good for quite a bit, really. So let's get sat back down in the truck and see where we're at now. All right, we're back in the truck. We just topped off the fuel tank with another 5 gallons of fuel, and we are currently sitting at 6,070 pounds. So that fuel alone was good for like 40 pounds. So now that we have that full weight, I almost want to take out the smaller weight we have back here and try to get us back down to like that 6,030 pounds. The lighter we can get, the faster we'll go. I mean, 40 pounds, a lot of people don't say is going to help a whole lot, but like, rule of thumb's always been every 100 pounds is 1/10 of a second. So that right there, that's good for about, I don't know. I'm not good at math, so you tell me. But let's try to pull that weight out of the back, see where we're at then. Because it'd be much easier to just make sure that the thing's full of fuel every pass to where we're still above that 6,000. Because Levon said, he's like, as long as you come across the scale and it says it's 6, keep moving. See you, bye. So that's what we want. Obviously, we don't want to set it right at 6 because, like I said, their scales could be wrong. The amount of fuel you lose, like making a pass down the track, I mean, it's not a whole lot, but it just goes to show, like, this was full when we went to the dyno. We made probably 10 dyno passes that day, and burnt through 5 gallons of fuel. So that'd be equivalent to about 5 passes at the track. So right here's where we marked out. Unfortunately, it's not around any of these other holes that we can reuse because it's kind of, we need the center of it to where it sits flat and lines up with our other hole. So we're gonna go ahead and drill this out. We got our 3/4 inch bit, and we might just have to holler it out a little bit, but and here's the finished product. We have everything mounted and secured. Everything's bolted, tight in place. Things not going nowhere. We're gonna wait to weld these bolts in case we do have to make any last minute changes, but since we are at race weight, we are ready to hit the track. All right, we're gonna wrap that up. Wrap this part of the video up, I should say. The truck is at race weight. We are 6,060 pounds on the dot. Me in it, the ballast, the added battery, and a full tank of fuel. So can't complain too much. I thought we were gonna have to throw like 300 pounds of lead in this thing, and then if we do decide to do the 590 class, obviously all that is gonna come back out. So nobody wants to be throwing around or carrying around 300 pounds worth of lead weight. So that's good on our end. But I'm gonna get the brake pads changed on this because we kind of roached them on the dyno. And after that, we are ready to hit the track. So stay tuned for the next video. We will be at the track, making passes, seeing what this thing actually lays down. Might show you the time, might not show you the time. We'll see. But stay tuned, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if there's anything else you guys want to see. See you on the next one.